We are here at the iSchool and University of Washington today, interviewing Pat Brogan, a faculty with Santa Clara University and also a part of Yahoo, who has been the project sponsor for academic sharing. So Pat, would you tell us more about what this project is all about and how do you envision it?
The vision behind academic sharing was to be able to share content on behalf of Yahoo and other companies and other faculty with faculty members who are teaching areas where the technology or the discipline moves so fast that faculty struggle to stay current. In a lot of cases, there aren't textbooks. Think about social media. There aren't textbooks on social media because social media didn't exist 5 years ago. So in working at Yahoo with the various scientists, Yahoo's published over 1,000 papers at conferences on research in areas that we would call internet sciences, and done a lot of research on consumer behavior and advertising. That information has not, it's been published, but it hasn't necessarily been used for course materials because it hasn't been in a format. So the original motivation was to take these materials that Yahoo has and share those with faculty at university.
Would you like to elaborate more, like you yourself being a faculty at Santa Clara University, what are some of the current challenges that you have faced or you are facing in finding the right content that is kind of contemporary and competitive in today's environment?
My role at Santa Clara has been as an adjunct faculty member, and I have been called in to teach classes over the past 10 years when they have a need, because I've had a real full-time job. So the classes I've taught I've had to put together pretty quickly because I don't have the luxury of consistently teaching the same class. So this last quarter I taught internet marketing and looked to go evaluate textbooks in the field and found there's very little on internet marketing. And when I looked at the e-commerce, which was the closest textbook, and downloaded all the materials, I found that even though the textbook was actually updated every year, and there's like a 2013 version that's now out there, it still was missing a lot. What I had to do is go and interview other faculty members, and I went and looked at the top 20 business schools to see who was teaching it, and then I asked them for their syllabus and their course materials, only to find out that everybody was saying, well, when you find out, please share with me because we're still struggling with that. I've also talked to communications colleges, business colleges, iSchools, and computer science, and they all see a need for teaching courses which hadn't been taught over the years because they weren't needed, and those include areas of big data. So the idea behind that was if we put together a portal and allow faculty to contribute to it and take from it, and grad students, because grad students are clearly in this field as well as potentially being faculty members themselves, we thought that this would foster a community of people sharing really the best and latest in these areas. So along those lines, I went to the iSchool at Washington and at Texas and looked for students who were interested and found a whole lot of students who were interested, of which 16 signed up to build this project.
Would you like to elaborate more on what kind of specific content that you, as a content contributor, would like to contribute to academic sharing, and what kind of content would you like to use?
So I'll take the class that I just taught as a good example. Because I was teaching it for the first time, I wasn't really sure how to evaluate my students' work. So I didn't know what an A paper was like. And so one of the big challenges as a faculty member is setting the expectation for grades for students. So to do that, I looked at the syllabus from other faculty members who've taught this. One was up here at University of Washington. There's a really good class. And I looked at how he graded the students, but I didn't have examples of student work. So after I taught my class, I had some really good student projects, and I asked them, would you be willing to share this? So that I and others could say, this is a quality project, and this campaign had these results, which I thought were outstanding results, and the write-up was really good. It would help me as a faculty member not have the students who got B's who were all upset because they thought theirs were A's, have an example of what A-level work was, and I would have loved to have had that at the beginning of the course. I would have loved to have had the articles that I put together during the course to have those available to the students before the course and to share those with others. And I'd love to be able to have other faculty members who are teaching this have some form of collaboration where we can post and communicate and chat about, here's a new article that was posted and you might want to have students read this. And there's a whole variety of areas. And when I found out that by teaching internet marketing in 10 weeks that it's really 3 years worth of material, I'd love to be able to have a taxonomy and say, okay, what goes into internet marketing? And you know, it's social media, it's e-commerce, it's privacy, it's security, it's email marketing, it's advertising, audience sciences, it's all these different areas. So I'd love to be able to search by the areas, search by the courses, or just search by the content.
Would you like to just tell one sentence as to how you're going to sum up this project?
So the project Academic Sharing is a portal that will be launched relatively soon, and we would encourage faculty to contribute to it and take from it and share their comments with others.